Welcome to the shooting show. This week we're back out on crop protection on winter barley, but unlike the last time we're actually on laid barley. As you can see here, we've got patches of laid barley right the way through this little valley here, and the pigeons have found it and they're on it. I spoke to the farmer, he gave it the okay, so that's what we're out here to do this afternoon. So we've got a left to right wind, so hopefully these pigeons are going to swing over these trees and come up across us. We've got a patch of laid in front of us, there's another patch just the other side of the tram line. So that's where I'm hoping to do and concentrate all my sort of killing over these two patches. I'm not a great believer in shooting stuff out in the field that I'm not going to have no chance of picking up. I want to give myself every opportunity to pick up what I shoot. So we're just going to concentrate on these two patches just here. As you can see, I've got the Mossberg 410 out today, Ely extra long cartridges. I think there's going to be quite a few pigeons coming along this belt here and dropping into these really close patches, so it's absolutely ideal for the 410. We're going to give it a whirl, see what happens. There's one coming here, that might be the first one. Yeah, keep like that. We've just, we've just literally set up and we've just got in the hide now. A lot of activity here on all the little patches, but the amateur in me does not want any decoys. So we just need to get that first pigeon in the bag, put it on a flapper above the barley, and I'm sure all these pigeons here now will see that. Yeah, so this is the first pigeon that we've shot. Dropped it right in the pattern here, in the patch here. So I've got a flapper. Hopefully now anything that's passing will see this moving in the wind, then come round, give me a shot at it as it's going by. haven't been here very long, probably about half an hour now, and one thing's very obvious is that pigeons, there's so many pigeons about. A lot of them are coming over, a lot of them are going into the trees, and I'm being very cautious on where I'm shooting birds, because we've shot a couple already that's landed outside the pattern, and the corn's that thick and that high that I just haven't found them. Haven't got my dog because it's a little bit too warm, plus it's barley. You know, I'll probably bring it later on this afternoon. So I'm just really waiting for those pigeons that are just above the pattern. There's 3 out there, so it's going to be very pick and choose at the moment. Watch this, we're coming over the hole. Well, what has happened here now, it hasn't gone quite according to plan. What we found out very quickly was the lade was quite deep. So every time I was shooting a pigeon in it, I was taking so long to try and find it, and some I didn't even find. So what I've been doing, after the sort of probably half an hour of being here, I've been putting all the cartridges that I know I've got pigeons down out in front of me, within a reasonable distance, or along behind me in the hedge or the other side of the bank. And I picked the decoys up, which are not included in here, and now at the end of the day, I've got my wife Karen to bring the dogs down, and we're just going to let the dogs have a bit of a run here. So I've got a bit of an idea what I'm looking for out there in the corn. Drake, come in. George, come George. Good boys, come in. Come in.
Ruby.
Right, come in. Good boy. Good boy. Go on, get back. Here, Drake, good boy. No, that's not very good for the camera, is it, eh? Good boy. Good boy. Go on in. Go, Drake. George, come mate. Good boy. Good boy. As you can see, we've got the dogs out now. Good, George. Good boy. And good boy. Good boy. Sit. Go on in. Yeah, as you can see, we've got the dogs out now. You know, Karen's brought the dogs back here now. It's nice and cool now as well. So, you know, I know it's not the best thing to be picking up in barley, but, you know, as I say, I don't like leaving many. We're going to give it 20 minutes of dogs. As you can see, Justin and Karen's got their dogs as well. So we know what we're looking for. And we're doing a good job at the moment. We're picking up birds that we know are in the area. And it's amazing how something like this, where the pigeon can hit, you know it's dead, you watch it kill it dead, it's just gone down, it goes underneath it, and you're just walking around. But the dogs, you know, that's what the dogs are great for, you know, picking it up. So we're doing a good job. Come on. Good boy. That'll do for you. Good boy. There's a good boy. Good boy. There's a classic example of what I was explaining. That pigeon is right underneath the barley there, and we're standing here. Dogs come by, picked it up virtually beneath the feet. So, well, that didn't quite turn out how I'd planned it. I quite expected, when I've been watching this field here, these lay patches here, that, you know, the pigeons have been feeding on, that we'd get here, we'd build a hide, we'd get a few pigeons coming over. But first couple of pigeons we shot, I managed to find, put up on flappers to get them above the barley, and then the biggest thing that I found today was whatever I was shooting over the killing zone was so hard to find in this barley. So what we've done, I've got enough, I had 12 decoys out there, which in the end was enough to bring them in. And I was spending so much time looking for dead ones that I decided that what I'd done is I kept a heap of cartridges in my hide for any bird that I'd got down in the ground in front of us or along the back hedge here, and then at the end of the day I give Karen a ring. She brought the pack of hounds out. We've had a good look through here. We've had 20 minutes, half an hour looking through here, and we haven't got everyone, which is unfortunate because I hate leaving birds behind, but we've done a remarkable job in picking up. We've got a major amount of what I'd shot there. So we've picked up in here, got 78 in here, and you know, unfortunately there is a few left out there, but 78's the bag because that's what I've got in here. And all in all, you know, it's been an enjoyable day, but the biggest thing about the day for me personally was hide discipline. I mean, I could have unleashed quite a lot of birds going by, but because it was so hard to pick them up, I really did try and concentrate to get the birds over the killing zone, so I had a good chance at the end of the day of picking them up. I'm Geoff Garrod. Thanks for watching the shooting show. Hope you get enjoyment out of watching our efforts today on what was a frustrating day, but the bottom line, crop protection.
Hello, I'm Chris Parkin. This is the Anschutz 1782 thumb hole in 6.5 Creedmoor. This is the quality control certificate. The gun's been signed off and inspected, and here you can see the 100-metre test target. So we've got a 19.87mm group at 100 metres, and that's been shot with Hornady ELDX 143 grain. This rifle's in 6.5 Creedmoor, but it's also available in 243, 308, 3006, 8x57, 9.3x62 and 300 Win Mag as well. The mag release is ambidextrous on the front of the trigger guard. It pops the mag out there. That's 3 rounds plus one in the chamber if you need it. The magazine is all metal. There's a metal bottom plate here, and that's engraved with the Anschutz logo. The follower inside is polymer, stops it scuffing ammunition as badly, and that clicks into the gun with a solid thunk. The single stage trigger breaks at 850 grams or 33 ounces. It's adjustable from 400 to 1550 grams, and it's got 7mm of over travel. The rifle has a 3-round magazine, and it's a twin column unit, so the rounds just pop in from the top. But that also means that with the magazine in the rifle, you can load single rounds into the magazine through the ejection port and clip them down from the top for them to load forwards. This rifle is a 20-inch 510mm barrel. It's 18mm in diameter with 6 grooves. Overall length is 41 inches, which is 1040mm. Weight is 8.4 pounds or 3.81 kilograms. Ejection is strong and forceful. The bolt handle's nice, it's got a good polymer tip on it, and the length of it means you can get a good hold, and it doesn't jam when it rides either. The bolt shaft itself is fluted to redistribute dirt or debris so the rifle can't jam. Bolt transit's fast and smooth, the bolt handle's a good size, it's easy to get hold of, and with it being a polymer outer, it means it won't freeze to your hands in cold weather. The safety catch here on the side, forward for fire. The rifle cock's on opening. Click it back, the rifle's safe, but the bolt handle will still open, you can still cycle the bolt. If you want to lock the bolt completely, there's a second catch on the side of the shroud here, and if you click that forward, the bolt handle is now locked. Of course, the safety catch now, if you put it to fire, the gun will fire. But the bolt handle still won't open unless that catch is moved backward. The bolt release catch is here on the left hand side of the action. Push it in, the bolt will slide straight out. The bolt has 6 locking lugs, so it has a 60-degree lift. On the face here, we've got an inlaid extractor claw on the right and there's a plunger ejector on the face. This is a 308 bolt face, which is standard for 308, 3006, 65 Creedmoor, etc. The fore end fully free floats the barrel and it's stiff. There's a fore end stud fitted, so if you use a bipod there's no worries about intermittent contact affecting accuracy. There are finger flutes on the fore end to give you good grip, and the bottom is flat so that when you're shooting from sticks you do have a solid rest. Both sides have got checkering to aid grip. The thumb hole makes it very comfortable for a right-hander. There is a true left-handed variant available too, and of course with the hollowed out stock you do get the balance back at the fore end of the rifle, so it is nose heavy and it's very pointable still. Pistol grip's vertical, there's lots of checkering here on the palm swell. You can shoot the rifle left-handed if you need to in an emergency. It's not super comfortable, but you still can do it. The stock's got a Monte Carlo cheek piece, so you get a good cheek weld on it, and it's supportive of your head under recoil. Recoil is very linear because it's quite a heavy rifle, and of course in the smaller 6.5mm calibre it's straight through into your shoulder without any muzzle flip. Length of pull is 14 inches to 357mm. The steel action has got twin Weaver bases machined as part of it, which makes scope mounting simple, and it's very secure. You can take these on and off without losing zero if you use a torque wrench on the fittings on your normal scope mounts. Perhaps one of the most interesting things about this rifle is something that's actually rather hidden. Nobody's making a big shout about this in many sort of advertising or details, but here we go. So take the bolt out and we'll just drop the magazine off. Take a 5mm Allen key and have a look at the action screws. So both the action screws are held captive. So I'll just undo the rear one there. The front one is actually angled slightly, which binds the lug into the aluminium bedding block. So let's have a little look at the detail inside the stock. Now because this is captive, I've just got to be a little bit careful that when it comes loose. There we go. So here you can see safety catch, trigger mechanism. We've got the adjusters on the trigger mechanism under here, and let's just turn away from that for a second, because inside we've got an aluminium bedding block, and that's into the stock, screwed in place, and that gives us an ensured footprint for the action to sit into. If we switch that over now, there are two bolts here, and if I take my 6mm Allen key, these bolts actually hide or fasten up under the conceal feature of this rifle, because as well as being available in 243, 6.5, 308, 3006, 9362 and things like that, which would all fit on the same bolt face. By the way, there is also a 300 Win Mag which would need a larger bolt face, but the barrels can be interchanged. The bolt locks into the barrel, so that's the pressure bearing system. The action itself is just a supporting mechanism and it doesn't hold the stress and pressure of firing. So pop that back in there, pop that back in there. It's a very, very snug fit. Click back down, nip these up. I can now put this back together, and interestingly it is actually very, very close to being back in zero, because I've had this apart several times just to check it, and as I say, although it's not a switch barrel gun, it's not like a Blaser or something fast like that, or a Sauer 404 or Merkel Helix, it's not impossible to do. And of course, simple as it is, maybe when you get to the end of one barrel's life you can just buy a new barrel and back it goes in. In goes the bolt, that locks in perfectly smooth, there's no discrepancy at all. Magazine back in, and there we go. I think it's fair to say that a walnut stock, beautiful as it is, isn't for some people's taste. Now, if you have a rifle that's a tool for a job, it's going to be going out in all weather conditions, and it's going to get bumped and bashed on vehicle, on walls, on gates, on foliage, on other bags you're carrying, on the sticks, things like that. A walnut stock will show marks, whereas a polymer stock or a GRP fiberglass composite stock or a laminate stock or even carbon fibre stock will prove a little bit tougher in long-term use. You've also got the issues of not wanting to get water damage and things like that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that review. Please like, subscribe and comment, and don't forget to click the notification bell, because that will keep you in touch with the regular uploads. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
If you aren't a member of BASC, it's time to join now. BASC, looking after your sport, looking after you.